Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. Happy Saturday, April the 16th, 2022. This is episode number 370 of your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. Solopreneurs, small business owners, we're in the middle of a series of talking about the semantics of actually making a sale. And we're talking about the 3 types of leads. And today we're going to talk about qualified leads. They're going to come in the form of forms or calls from which you'll do demos and presentations and then hopefully give them a price quote. Now, as I've told you before, there are 3 different funnels or verticals that leads come in. And yesterday we talked about actually aggressively going out and cultivating leads. These are people that are not necessarily interested, but are the right audience that could use our products. Today we're going to talk about qualified leads. And for my definition of that, that is going to be someone who has reached out to your company and an interest in a specific product or service. This might come in the form of business tip number 1, a form or a phone call. Hopefully on your website you may be promoting, you may have a form. If they're interested in more information, they'd fill out maybe their name, email, phone number, or they've called your organization and said, hey, you know what, I'm a little bit interested in a website, can I get some more information? There needs to be several different entry points of qualified leads in your organization. Website is a good one, an ad may be another one, having somebody pick up the phone and take a little bit of information is another one. So this is really the entry point. You need to have some sort of form or calls or some sort of entry point into your particular website. From there, you're going to go into business tip number 2. Your step is going to be to move them on the ladder. And this is what we would refer to as traditional lead gen process. When I talk to somebody that doesn't understand the 3 types of leads, they almost always talk about, some sort of call, presentation, and price quote. But in this particular case, you're going to take the person on the phone or follow up quickly with someone who's filled out a form, and you're going to invite them to learn a little bit more about your product or service through maybe an online demo, through setting an appointment, through setting some sort of presentation, through answering their questions, filling out a questionnaire. So you're going to go into the next logical step in your sales process. Business tip number 3, which is where I actually start documenting a real lead, is when that person is interested enough that you're going to give them a price quote or some sort of invoice or an official quote. Up until this point, this is where it transitions from a lead to actually a qualified lead, in my opinion, as far as tracking goes. But this is the end goal. This is step number 3 of what you want to get for this particular segment. So again, in review, we're talking about qualified leads, forms or calls, moving them to demos and presentations, and getting them to a price quote. That's what I'm learning this week. Anything I learn, I'll throw over the fence to you because I want you guys to be awesome. Now go back to sleep. By the way, tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about my 3rd category, which is sales ready leads.